Yes, it is. Hello, YouTubers.
Same with that,
Amos
Sarah.
is indeed always the worst.
Or best, depending on, you know.
That's Mark Best out 2017.
When last we left our hero, from what point to what point was the last session? The last session began specifically in your before your confrontation with.
We
with
had
Octavio.
lunch with.
You had been coming back from the Burgomaster's mansion,
Yeah.
or did it take place during your stay at the?
It started with the toy guy.
Linsky.
Yeah, we had lunch with him.
We found out about Isaac's past.
Oh, you did?
He
My dog
showed
moves now.
us.
Oh, really?
He fixed Banya's doll, and
It moves now.
Blinsky shows us all the arena dolls that he's made for Isaac, and he told us that Isaac lost an arm and a part of his leg,
Yeah.
and then he just grew them back suddenly. Is that
Overnight.
was that overnight?
Woke up like this.
He woke. Yeah, he just because he was. I forgot.
He was
attacked.
violent since before.
Yeah.
He was a troubled child. He became indulgent after the arm thing.
Yeah,
His sister was lost to wolves when he was 9 to 10.
At the same time that he lost his arm.
Yeah, so they were probably
He was
on that.
mauled by the wolves.
Yeah, he was mauled by the wolves. That's why he lost his arms and legs. But then he suddenly grew new ones.
They went fishing and they went. Well,
Yeah.
you woke up with that.
In Barovia?
Yeah, apparently Balaki. The toy maker is apparently older, so he's known Isaac since Isaac was a child. But Isaac has always been a hot-tempered and troubled child, even before
Until now.
he had the fiendish arm.
And he was commissioning the
13.
ever since he got the armor.
He was 13 when he got his arm.
Yeah, 13. Well, commissioning, if by commissioning meaning threatening, then yes.
Yeah. Commissioning without pay.
Yeah, basically.
So it's by threat that
He's asking the toy maker to
to
make the
doll,
arena dolls.
to make the arena.
But, what else?
The doll maker cooks really well. Actually, the toy maker. Toy maker.
And Banya's doll is extra freaky.
And then we met Rectavio.
Yes.
Ah.
He doesn't trust the establishment. He claims to meet the toy maker every day, but the guy hasn't seen him in several weeks.
Yeah. He's,
Someone accidentally cast sex on him, and then Banya had to trail him.
Yeah, that's that's a waste of time.
Rictavio has been observing the ravens, and based on the stuff they were investigating inside, that Sigi was not there for.
So in Rictavio's room we found a deed.
At that point, they had decided to sort of split up for a bit. After confronting Rectavio and being relatively sure that he was up to something, Seiji did not give his permission, but did not give his permission.
Alright.
To do a little bit of sneak work and break into his room and trail him as well. So Banya took upon himself the duty of trailing Rectavio, while Esfel and Calien broke into his room.
Okay.
But we didn't break anything, literally.
Yeah. So not only that, I think you did report. You had Rectavio reported already to Isaac. So there were guards that were already on
the
way.
report was just on the box thing, on his caravan thing, or his carriage. Right?
There you go. Yeah, his carriage.
But not the stuff we found in his room yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you had the guards, specifically Isaac, meet you to apprehend Rectavio, or at the very least accompany him to reveal what's in the inside of his wagon.
Yeah, Segi went there, but everyone else was doing their own thing.
Yeah. And then, so they split up at that point. Segi went to the church. What were you doing?
Not yet.
Not yet.
But
what were you doing at the time that you had not given permission to?
I was heading to Isaac and then because because they wanted to expedite the thing because Octavio could not be trusted.
Yeah, and so he looked like he was going to be off to cover his tracks or whatnot.
Okay.
So he wanted
Which was half true.
that's true, yeah.
He really was gonna bolt, so Siggy wanted to expedite and went for Isaac.
To call him immediately,
Yeah.
to summon him immediately to apprehend Octavio.
Okay.
And then,
But Banya found out something.
yeah, so Banya trailed Octavio all the way to the stockyard.
The stockyard. Okay.
Thereupon, you found.
The first thing we found was that huge wagon, the colorful wagon. He was throwing meat into it, and it would be shaking and growling and smelled like animal, but it did not smell like anything in Barovia so far, not wolves or anything. And afterwards, Ricavio also started acting like a bit of an old dude because half elves don't act like that. So he would like bend his back after jumping and stuff like that. And then he went into a warehouse where he had a horse ready, and the horse's name was Drusilla.
Drusilla should be a name that is familiar for you because when you asked him previously about who he came with, his traveling companions, he mentioned Drusilla.
Yeah.
So apparently Drusilla's a horse.
Okay. And then he went, after he got Drusilla all ready, he said that they were going to leave. At that point, Vanya ran all the way back, warned the party that he was going to run. Okay. So they were able to catch up to him just as he was already on his way out. And then...
So they were still sort of split because that was the point that Siggy ran to get Isaac. So yeah, he ran to the burgomaster's mansion to get Isaac and bring him to the stockyard, while the three of you ran to the stockyard to stop him from leaving, so that to stall for Isaac and the guards to come. So the three of you confronted Octavio, whereupon
they had a discussion where Octavio wanted to ask for some reason whether or not, what was the exact question again?
he wanted to know what your stand was on vampires. Should they be allowed to live? Or are you fighting? Do you fight vampires purely because they were attacking you, or do you fight them on principle?
I can't remember the exact thing Banda said, but she said that we were fighting them. We were leaning towards the answer of we were fighting them on principle. And that was when Octavio revealed that he is not the half-elf named Octavio, but he is a human monster hunter named Dr. Rudolph Gadwick. And that he was in Barovia because he is hunting Strahd.
He also owns a tower near Lake Baratok.
Yes, that's his base of operations.
Or
well, he has owned that tower for 2 years already. So he said he had a lot of things there.
But under Octavio's name.
Octavio's name.
Okay.
So
Seriously, what's the name of that?
so he's a foreigner as well. He's an older gentleman.
Bed of roses.
The beast that Bali saw is apparently a wyvern named Darkon.
What's a wyvern? Sorry? Darkon?
Darkon is the name of the wyvern that he was keeping inside of that.
That was what makes
That was what was inside of the wagon.
So he has a wyvern pet. Yeah, he said that.
Okay.
He said that he's been in Barovia for 5 years.
By choice.
By choice.
So the thing with Octavio was actually true. That
He
came in
did
with choice.
willingly come here to hunt Strahd. Well, that's what.
Yes.
Haven't seen
That's
the
what he
second
said.
Yes. So he's been playing sort of a long con. He came here to study and to gather what materials he needs in order to slay Strahd. Given that he's
Also, don't be friends with him. He has a curse.
yes, there you go. Yeah. He has stated that he has made enemies with the Vistani before, and they have cursed him, such that he is cursed to see. With her dying words, the clan leader's curse to him was that he must live among monsters and watch all those he loved die by their claws. So he's sort of bound to the monsters that he hunts, and he's doomed to see his friends die at their hands.
Oh, so okay. Alright.
So we're just like business partners.
Yeah. So he was rather pleased to see others, to see potential allies, but he has expressed that when the need arises, he will leave because he does not wish harm upon them, and Also, he is single-minded in his need to destroy Strahd.
Yeah.
And he has been studying the Martikovs and the Ravens.
Oh,
So
so the
he-
particles.
He's studying the flock patterns of the birds and the schedule
This
of
one,
the
They seem to
Martikovs.
have a connection with this
Yes.
some secret organization. With
He
ravens.
believes that the Martikovs are part of the secret organization
Correct.
working against God. Is that
Correct.
correct? Oh yeah. That's
Illuminati.
How much does he know about the market pickups and the ravens?
he has his notebook. He has the drawings and diagrams, and he takes notes. But
And he's recorded the comings and goings of the Martikovs.
It's really just observations.
Oh, just observations. Nothing.
that's it. Just because he's
Alright.
connecting the. It's mostly the ravens.
Nothing in depth yet about the ravens.
Not.
Not so. Just
Not that it's revealed.
Yeah.
This is
And
all
we-
from his secret journal that you
And
managed.
we
to-
return his stuff anyway.
Esvel and Kayo managed to recover his
Deed.
his deed and
His
the deed to
notebook.
his tower, and at the same and also his
Notebook.
secret journal, which he
His
had been.
secret journal.
the-
Yeah.
Almost the only article of in his room that seemed genuine, that he seemed to actually use, and was not just a front or something.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Which one?
The book, the journal.
Oh, right. I also have his fake journal, or the red one.
The one with stories about the bunny wear.
Yeah, that one.
That was cute.
So we
And
so
we managed-
Esbel had to run. Esbel had to run to Segi.
Oh yeah, to intercept the
Yeah.
guards.
Like, oh, by the way, he's not a bad guy.
So
Or well, at the very least, he's not holding the vampires, and he wants to kill Strahd.
So basically, abort.
Yeah.
So we had to.
So they had to launch an elaborate ploy where
It was so elaborate.
yeah, a very elaborate ploy where
This is really long.
Von Richten pretends to be Segi, and Segi goes into hiding at the church, so that Von Richten / Segi leads the party in a manhunt, which is essentially a wild goose chase out into the woods.
Cast invisibility on
The wyvern.
On the
what was his
wyvern.
name?
Dark
Darkon.
On Darkon,
So
and
that he
then
could
trained
hide.
him to just land at a clearing.
Yeah.
And then it was Ricavio's job not. It was Rickman's job not to then get to me.
Yeah.
And then we planted false
false evidence,
False trails.
false trails.
so the guards would get lost.
So much lying.
And then
I wasn't there.
yeah, I think that's it. That's actually me one there.
Oh, Esbel rolled an epic stealth check.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that
She-
for the.
that was when you were trying to get in to get the journal, because at
Yeah.
this point they had basically frozen all of his assets and come into the tavern to take over his room.
Yeah.
So you couldn't. So the two of you couldn't just walk in like you did last
Yeah,
time
yeah,
to recover his stuff. So
You
Kalian
distracted the guard.
Kalian distracted the guards while Eswell snuck into the room. But then there was a little bit of tension when the guards decided to come into the room while Eswell was still there. So she had to jump out of the window and close the window
Hanging
behind
by your
her.
fingertips.
Hanging by your fingertips. Meanwhile, there's a guard patrolling at the bottom.
Oh.
So much
at the bottom
property
as well.
destruction at this point.
Nicely done.
Yeah. So.
I didn't break anything.
At that point, you reconvened. After all it was said and done, you reconvened at the church. This was about not yet evening, I think. We had not yet. That was just the morning. That was a very.
Productive. Afternoon?
This
After
is the
lunch?
afternoon.
Yeah, it was
Actually.
just
No, I think what happened was we reconvened in the church
Yeah.
first, and that's when Irina talked to us and they gave us bardic inspiration, and then that's when we split off.
Correct.
Like they were.
We did have to discuss it. Well, we discussed with Octavio first. He has mentioned that Luvash and brothers, the Vistani, had fallen out of favor, so they're a possible ally. Also, a Dusk Elf was seen with
Oh,
yeah, that one.
Forged.
I'll clear that up. You said you asked what happened to because Luvash and Arigal are much younger than Vistani elders would be. You asked why that was, and because their predecessors were killed, and then you asked why that was as well, and then they had been attacked by wolves, and then you clarified because wolves are said to be allies of Strahd in Barovia, so why would wolves attack Vistani elders? And then that was the answer, because they might have fallen out of favor.
It might-
So
Wow. Okay.
so, but basically they were attacked by wolves.
Yes.
So
but-
they're camp or just the elders?
Well, it seems like just the elders because Luvash and Aragal are still up and about meeting. So it's more likely that Luvash and Aragal are or at least have not yet pissed off Strahd in any significant way.
So just the specific
So it
elders.
seems to have just been a cleansing of the upper echelon of authority for that particular clan.
So also, Von Richten's current persona is the half-orc Jeltrak.
Yeah.
Jeltrak.
Half-orc mercenary, Jel.
He's a bounty hunter.
Yes.
He has disguised himself as bounty hunter.
They did
And
see.
you've given him the assignment of sniffing out the real layer of the remaining vampires which you fought earlier.
And it turns out Isaac has been visiting Ivanka several times.
Yes, Isaac has
Yeah,
been coming to the church
oh.
to visit.
So I told her we're married. have a
She's
child.
been.
He's been trying to convince her
Yeah.
to come
Stay at the
Burgomaster's
Burgomaster's
mansion
house.
because he could protect her there.
So he's been pretty insistent.
We've
So,
been trying
you know.
to ask indirectly if he's sleazy in any way. Apparently not.
He's not sleep, but the thing he
It's just a
doesn't.
fixation about that person.
Yeah, he has a
really wants
fixation,
to
but even he
protect
doesn't
her.
know why he's
Have you
fixated.
asked
Hard.
No,
Is it in
no. Well, maybe
why?
we can.
Or-
Sure, we can ask. No, Steve.
yeah, no, not straight out. Just, I don't know.
Oh, but I want to ask straight on.
I want
I'm getting in trouble. But I mean, how we've read him so far, he doesn't seem to know why. Or he knows he's fixated, but he's not sure why.
feels
Something.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's not sure why.
He's not sure why he's so drawn to Irina. But-
or we're not sure. Maybe he already knows.
But then he's been commissioning those of Irina.
Even if he hasn't met Karina.
When did he start commissioning the dolls? How many years?
When
He was already
when he
the-
was already third. He started wait. I had
Captain of the guard?
No, 13. It was when he was 13.
Yeah, 13.
So basically, like, the Gadals were growing up with him.
It was
Assistant.
it lined up with the arm thing, I think.
The arm thing.
Like, has Ivanka visited Balyaki before?
No,
Maybe.
she's
No.
never been here.
She said she's
Oh,
never
okay,
been
that's
here.
good. Okay. And
He did have a
his
sister.
sorry.
I forgot if it was mentioned already, but he does have a sister.
Oh,
But that,
what
she was
does
the one
sister
killed.
look like?
That's the thing, don't know. Because
Yeah,
nobody
because the
really
sister
talked-
was killed.
Yeah,
by
she was
the-
killed by the bulls, and he came out of it without the arm in the leg. Anyway, that's
It's
what
really
we all
just
think.
magic perversion. At this point.
That's
Which
Sadie's
Interpretation.
intellectual interpretation.
Possible, maybe.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I'm
we
a plus
just
one to
haven't been
him.
able to actually
Yeah.
talk to Isaac about any of this.
I'm open to that. I mean, you guys saw Waldo and
It's a
anything can happen.
So our current
And then the doctor said he saw the Fellforge. They arrived in Balaki a day before we arrived,
Yeah.
and they have a dusk elf with them, and the ears
Ears.
were cut off. Right,
probably
that's
the 6
correct.
points.
That's correct.
It's also one of the cards,
Yeah,
supposedly.
yeah.
A wounded elf,
Yeah.
the beggar.
beggar.
Yeah,
find Ronald.
fun.
Find Ronald.
Yeah, elves.
Yeah, that's
Human.
Maybe here.
There's also
You can
a
tell with the ears cut.
okay.
Yeah.
We ended when we went to the burgomaster's.
Yeah.
Segi wanted to line up. Man was like,
10 minutes of lining up, inspiration gone. Bardic inspiration.
That would have
gone.
been worth it.
Thank you for the recap.
Alright.
Vanya already snuck out, I think.
Where is everyone at this moment?
where are the
You
smashes?
came in as a fox in a bag, right?
Yes, I am not invisible.
You ran out, I think. You're out, right?
I'm out of no spell slots. I guess.
Are you tapped out?
Am I completely tapped out? What is it?
You're
Yeah,
tapped
yeah.
out. Well, you have first level spells at least.
That's true. I still have 3.
So you have this guy's
And need I do?
and silent image. But can you cast as a fox?
No, not as a fox.
Oh,
only
even
thing
if you
I
can.
The only thing I can cast are fox are my racial spells. It's minor illusion maximums.
My illusion.
It's pretty useful. It's what I intend to
Yeah,
do.
because you're small. You can fit in the 5 foot.
Fox.
Turns into wood.
So you, where is everyone else at this time? Because I know that only the
Yeah.
two of you are here.
We're done. I guess we're leaving.
You're walking back to the church.
Yeah, Ivanka's there. Ivanka's there.
Okay.
I guess we can go. just in case.
Were we
Izek-
already there? I mean, weren't you guys already there?
No, I think they
We-
went back to get the deed back.
Yeah, we already got retrieved all the. We were supposed to get Irina's stuff. So
From
that,
the hotel?
From the
Luau
inn.
Inn?
Well, I guess we could just drop by to.
Well, it's not illegal to go there.
Yeah.
It was illegal to.
Go to Rick Aviu's room.
Okay, got it. So you guys are at the Blue Water Inn, and then you guys are at the Burgomaster's Mansion.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
you are led into the Burgomaster's Mansion. It's still, what time of day did we leave off? Was it about, let us say that it is about 4 p.m. Still, so the mansion itself is still bustling with activity. You enter through the entrance hall, and the framed portraits adorn the walls of this grand foyer, which feature a wide staircase with a sculpted railing. A long carpeted hall attached to the foyer stretches almost the length of the mansion, and has several doors leading away from it, including one at the far end. Bundles of twigs are heaped against the walls. Many, many, many bundles of twigs. You are, I don't know at which point you chose to separate from each other. If left to your own devices, the servant will come and bring you straight to the den, which you know is the first door on your right once you enter the room. Or once you enter the manor. When you come into the manor, there's a staircase on your right, and then directly after the staircase, a door to your right that leads to the den where the burgomaster sees his supplicants.
Receiving rooms.
Yeah. The entire place is a fair amount busier than usual than you've seen in recent times. In fact, the first door on your right is the den. The first room on your left appears to be a how would you call this? A parlor, because there are a few small tables and very comfortable chairs set up in a place where people in a place and setting that is kind of filled with daylight as much as it can be in Barovia, and currently occupied by a number of women, including the burgomistress actually. She is there. She seems to be playing host to
Tea party?
a tea party of sorts, yes. But they are of varying ages, of varying dress. There are about 6 or 7 of them, ranging from 12 to 50.
12 years old?
Yeah. They are all eating cake and drinking tea.
If we were ushered in and I saw that, how are the other girls looking? Are they like also manic?
No, actually. They appear to be greedily eating the cake while the burgomistress drones on.
She's actually talking?
She's actually talking, yes.
I didn't know she was capable.
You hear her speak. You can hear her almost at this point trademark laugh yelp pitch punctuate her sentences every now and then. But other than that, she appears to be largely speaking of almost nothing at all, just kind of making conversation. The servant is before you, leading you into the den. She's already opened the door to the den, awaiting you. What do you choose to do?
You're at the den. Before this, could I have asked you where you think I suppose we could have discussed before this. Where or what is the most information you could have given me about where Victor's room might have been?
That's right.
Oh, you guys
Probably.
didn't.
I remember the burgomaster going out into the back of the receiving room. So there might be a room there that might lead to the quarters, the sleeping quarters.
Alright. Because my plan was, he goes into the burgomaster's mansion, I'm already boxed up and I'm hiding in this pack so that when it's an opportune moment, I'll just sneak out and head my way.
Okay, so you'll enter the den with him.
in. Right. Okay.
The receiving room.
The receiving room. Question. Then we're going to be led in there, and then the servant that does lead us in there will go back out, right?
Yeah.
Right. And there's no one in there.
Or
No. I no longer have any second level spots. When the servant goes out, there's only one way into the room, only one way out, and the burgomaster isn't there yet.
There are two ways in and out of this room. There's a window and there's a door. They are on directly opposite sides of each other.
Nah, I can't jump windows. And
You can what?
did you have any?
We're on the first floor, so if you jump out the window, you just land outside.
Okay. Victor's room is probably in the upper levels.
It seems like it.
From outside, how many levels does this house have?
It seems to have 3.
3? What do I have?
4d6,
I don't
you can
have
survive
this.
that.
Three, just 3. Oh,
Yeah, 3d6.
3, 6,
If it's like, if it's a 30 foot, if it's like 10 feet per floor, right?
Each floor is like 60 feet.
Can I whisper
You
to
can
you?
totally survive.
it's a really big house.
It's a big ass house, man.
Oh, did I forget to mention that? Oh, sorry.
The ceiling goes on and on.
And then you mentioned it when Banya says, I jump out of the 3rd floor. Oh, by the way, each floor is...
It's like a cartoon. I jump out of the 3rd floor, which is 120 feet up.
Oh my god. Okay. Could you probably ask the servant if... Could you try to wheedle out of the servant where Victor's room might be? Just gonna keep whispering in your ear.
Can you speak in Foxford?
I can.
Yeah, it's pretty freaky.
It's pretty big.
I mean, as well things is freaky.
Now
It's
I'm
actually-
imagining it's like human teeth, but a fox.
Hey!
Yeah.
Okay, that's so
Oh my
weird.
god, that is so
Gross.
That's like a shark with humans.
I'm just gonna,
Hey.
I'm just gonna constantly message you instead.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry you gotta bat your ears.
No.
Yes, it's pretty
Annoying.
freaky. I mean,
Hey.
Hey, listen.
I don't have, I don't exactly have a reason to know Victor's room, or to want to know Victor's room.
Or you could just talk about how the 3rd floor of this place might be a residential area. See if they make smoke.
Alright, I'll try something.
Yeah, you can do it. You're the charmer. I think.
No, I'm not. Well, my charisma's +4, but I'm not the charmer.
you can dance at least.
Come on, you're inspired enough.
I can like.
You can do it. You can do
intuit
it.
things.
I believe in you.
I'm gonna. Is it a lady? Who's
The servant? Yes, the servant's available.
Shit. Okay.
Do it.
Fan your wrinkles.
Excuse me, madam.
Start this.
I'm just curious about this house. Is the entire function? Is the first floor dedicated to function, and the rest of the floors are just residential?
She says, yes, given the burgomaster's position, many public functions are held here in the first floor. The second floor is largely dedicated to the rooms of the master of the house.
Why is there a third floor? If you don't mind me asking.
It's merely an attic.
Oh, it's just an attic.
Just an attic.
First floor.
There you go. Small talk is a good thing. I like your
Yeah, it's
But it hides your beautiful red hair.
True.
this can be
Second floor is sleeping quarters.
attic. That could be where the child
Third floor.
random.
Merely an attic. I'm like, thank you. But
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
I heard recently that the young master has had a guest. When was this?
Oh, that was 2 days ago, I think.
2 days ago. But so that means the child goes to the second floor. Have you seen where the child goes in and out? I mean, it's hard to imagine just playing in your room.
I believe that Victor brought her upstairs, but his room is a little too cramped for his tastes, I suppose, or at least he says so. So I believe he took her up to the attic.
I see.
Oh my god, that's so weird. It's so creepy.
There's like 20.
No, it's like 16.
16? I think Arabelle is 10?
What, 10 years isn't such a big.
It's like the gap between Miles and Kaida, actually. 4 years. 1915. 16, 12.
When we're older, it won't matter.
Why are we going there? That's epic.
Okay.
I see. Has the girl been interacting with anyone else in this house?
No, I don't. I believe they are. Perhaps they are having too much fun. I have not seen her around in quite some time.
Too much fun. Like you hear their laughter. You hear them have fun?
No, Victor does not like it when we come up to the attic uninvited.
Oh, I see. I'm helmeted up, but my eye is twitching. It's like criminal. My criminal senses are tingling. Like wild.
Do we pass any stairs?
Yeah, you did. As soon as you came in, there were stairs on your right. Right next to the entrance.
Do they look like they were probably gonna lead all the way up to the second floor?
I don't know how you'd be able to tell that by looking at stairs.
Okay,
certainly go
question.
up.
We already went through all the way from the entrance to the Burgomaster's Den once when you first arrived.
Yes,
right?
it's not very far. It's from the front of the house, halfway into the length of the house, then already.
Was there any other stairwell apart from the one that we saw by the entrance?
Not visible. If there is one, you don't pass it.
And that entrance is full of people?
People come and go.
Are there any desks or tables that I could probably smoosh up against?
Actually, that's the same area with all of those bundles of twigs.
Bundles of
Yeah, they are huge. I mean, they are like
propped
haystacks.
against the wall?
Yeah,
There's-
in little organized stacks.
Would there be a
Well, the festival tomorrow is like Festival of the Blazing Sun,
Correct.
right? So it's probably for like burning
Burning
and
the
steak.
bonfire.
Oh shit, we don't have
Burning
vampire
pumpkins.
shit.
We're getting there.
Was there any spot between the wall? Like, I'm imagining the twigs are popped up like that.
Yeah.
Would those little spaces be enough to crawl through? Or
Yeah, sure. What size are you? What size category are you in now?
Cat. Small.
Small. Okay,
Ah,
yeah,
that's
definitely.
tiny, right?
Tiny.
It's
So
tiny,
you should
tiniest
be
cat.
able to-
Oh, yeah. Ah,
So you definitely fit for the guy.
yeah. And small. Okay.
Small bird.
So since there was no other stairwell from here to the den that I could see, I'm gonna hit that one first. But I wait for the conversation. Would you say?
I ask also like this. Does this house also go under, or there? This seems like a big house. I would assume there's some sort of wine cellar.
No. We do not have any sort of basement or wine cellar. We merely have most of our shipments are stored at the Blue Water Inn, which we have delivered every day.
I see. It's like
Go come. Right there.
Nice. Yeah.
Though she remarks, though the last one is a little bit overdue.
nope.
Mm.
I don't want to guide. 9 only. No.
Can I roll an insight check? If I'm so with it?
Sure.
Just from the tone of voice.
Sure. The DC
You're
will be
in
a
the
little bit
back?
higher because you can't see the face.
You're in the back?
I'm in the pack.
Hehehe.
12 plus insight.
One.
2.
14.
Can't call it 14.
14. Okay. It doesn't seem like she's telling the truth. She's telling a lie.
Fair enough. Why lie about that? Alright. Okay, I'm just going to keep biding my time, look for safe spots that I can roll into, like the twigs underneath.
Right. Soon enough, you guys arrive at the den. She holds the door open for you. The burgomaster inside turns around, Vargas Valakovich. He sees you there. He says, "I heard there was a little bit of a commotion this morning. Please sit. Tell me about it."
Oh,
Call out. Okay. I'm going to like start struggling. That will be your cue to do something to distract him. Do you have a cape or anything? A cloak? You're
Very
a
good.
cook, right?
I'm cooked up.
Alright, that means that I will not be that visible as I just loosen the strings of his back so that it's hanging off his back.
Okay.
And I was going to jump down.
Okay.
And I'm not going to land at his feet because then he'd see me. I'm going to jump out.
Okay. You can go to make an acrobatics check first, and then stealth check after.
Acrobatics.
Boy, I wish you could inspire or something.
Fucking but you still have inspiration.
I do.
And you can only hold one at a time. I just write it up.
Yeah, the
So
higher
that's 6
one
plus
over.
7, 13. Okay.
13 on the acrobatics?
Yeah.
Okay. Stealth check?
Alright. Let's use this one. 13 plus
Yeah.
22.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Banya makes his way out unseen. However, as he sort of gets out of the pack, there's a and you turn around and your pack seems to have come loose. Your journal is on the floor. And
Damn it, should have stolen it.
Excuse me. My bag seems to have been dislodged in the last altercation.
Is there anyone else in the corridor?
yeah, the servant that led you in, she's
Already
she's heading back out to speak
She
with.
didn't look back?
No, she's not looking back right now.
Alright.
I took my stuff back.
What do you do with the burgomaster? Yes. He invites you to sit down across from him beside the fire.
I partake. I don't partake in any food or anything, but I just sit down and say, Burgomaster. with the tiptoes of your paws.
Yes.
Metal Gear.
Foxhound.
Yeah, I know.
Foxhound.
I asked, so Baron Velakovich, I came here to report the recent findings of our investigation. Unfortunately, the plot thickens. We investigated Rictavio, and then unfortunately Rictavio seems to have already left with his little carriage out.
Do you know which village he would be going to? I am in contact with some of the other burgomasters, perhaps we can apprehend him in a different village.
Was I... Irina showed me a map, right?
Yeah. You know, just off the top of your head, villages that you know are Barovia. You know Kresk, where the Abbey of St. Markovia is. You know Berez, but Berez has been flooded. It's now a marsh. Other than that, Lake Baratok, Lake Zarevich.
I did lead them off to the north gate, right?
Yeah, you did.
And going north is in the direction of Barovia?
That would be actually north would lead you to a path that would lead to Barovia. Yes, but Barovia is eastwards actually.
Well, there were sightings of we did actually chase his trail from the north gate, but the trail actually goes eastward towards Barovia, it seems.
He says, this might be excellent news. Ismark is a good lad. I will... It is headed back in the direction of Irina's village. Well, if I can get a hold of Ismark, then perhaps he can assist me in the apprehension of this Rictavio.
Ismark?
Ismark.
I-S?
I-S-M-A-R-K.
No, oh no, it's not.
Is that
Ismark the Lesser. He is,
does he have a big brother?
no. He is overshadowed somewhat by his father. Irina's.
Ismark the Greater.
Irina's father.
Oh, this is...
But he's dead, right?
Yeah, he just died. That's why Ismark the Lesser is now the burgher. Because when you first arrived, you gave the news that the burgomaster of Barovia is dead.
Yeah.
So the one that would take over would be his son, Ismark the Lesser.
Ah, right. Okay, that's right.
Irina's brother?
Well, at this point, you know. What do you know about Irina's origins?
She was found in the woods.
Yeah, so Ismark would sort of be her stepbrother, I guess.
Or adopted.
Adopted brother. because Ismark's the true son.
She was found. This correct, right? She was found in the woods
She was one of them.
by the burgomaster himself.
But the burgomaster.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, the stockyard had no trace of the vampires, I was sad to say. We're still continuing to search.
Do you have any news, perhaps, of will we have to cancel tomorrow's steakboard raid? I have some other options planned to raise morale. If you will,
Oh my God.
I did see the bundle of twigs. I suppose that's for tomorrow.
Yes, it is in preparation of our great fire. Hopefully, to which you were supposed to contribute a significant amount. Is this still on the table for us, or should I be making other plans?
Keep it at the table for now. If nothing else, we will find. If nothing else, we will find something to raise morale. Festival or now, we'll find something to raise morale. As far as we know, nothing has left the village. It seems.
Very well. I will put my trust in you for this. You have proven quite reliable, at the very least. And,
I appreciate that, sir.
and Isaac has not spoken badly about you.
That is so complimentary.
I see.
It's not good enough.
I'm surprised at that. Isaac does not seem to be a very
Crazy type.
chatty person.
He is a little perhaps more engaged with me when it comes to our personal matters.
Well, he's certainly a man of action. That I can say for certain. He just goes for what he wants, regardless of the fees involved. I mean, regardless of whatever wall may be in front of him.
I like that aspect of him. He can be relied upon to do what is right for Valaki if I ask it from him.
Indeed.
I do not regret taking him into my house. So.
If you do find something with regards to the vampires, can we count on Isaac to assist us?
Of course. Anything for the festival.
See, I suppose you're still doing preparations for tomorrow. I hope you're not lacking in sleep with all these preparations and recent events and recent vampire happenings.
Things have been moving quite quickly, but I have hosted over 100 festivals. So it is, by now it is merely a part of the process. We are suffering a little bit of a shortage of labor at the moment, but I've pulled some of the guards to assist in the preparations. Good help is just a little bit hard.
Shortage of labor.
Yes,
Is this a first?
two of my servants recently went missing.
When did this happen?
I hope you can.
We have many things to do. We do many things in Barovia, in Valaki, because we don't really have hobbies. So
We
don't really have hobbies.
Investigating is a hobby.
Isn't that for people?
Depends on what you're looking
Snooping is a hobby.
Depends on who's authority.
Servants?
My wife's lady-in-waiting and my butler, my personal butler, have both gone missing over the past week. I have put Isaac to the task of finding out their whereabouts. However, he is not particularly gifted in investigations.
When did they go missing?
Yeah.
Within the last week.
A lot can happen in a day.
So,
Well, in the past 2 days, we uncovered vampire nesting here. We uncovered several crimes also. And, we discovered several things that were lying underneath without spreading malicious despair. would you give me some access to their last whereabouts, if at all possible?
He says,
Investigating is
sort of my thing.
sort of a thing.
Okay. So he doesn't take very long to consider it, and he thinks about his other options right now. Obviously, he goes to consider Izek, who's sort of a blunt hammer, and he says, "Yes, I think that will be wiser. Izek is just too busy with the preparations for the festival and the changing of the guards. Perhaps a fresher set of eyes on the case will
He's been
unveil its mystery."
he's been rather edgy also, sir, because of the loss of Barovia.
Yes, it must weigh heavily on him, his failure to catch the fiend.
It's really not his fault because we really couldn't. It was really hard to read that foreign. He's a very slippery man, that one.
I should hope that not all foreigners are as two-faced, he says, and as he looks in your direction, it's really difficult to tell if there is any sort of secondary implication there or meaning.
I always assume yes.
So he says, well, if it pleases you, you can interview my staff and perhaps and look about in their personal belongings. Perhaps you will find a clue. I ask only that you provide me with your findings as soon as you come across.
Of course. I hate to burden you with this, but perhaps may I have some sort of a letter of authorization?
No, of course. So very formal with you, but I like it. Yeah. So
Look, man, red tape. I live in red tape.
So yeah, he specifies that you are on behalf of the burgomaster investigating the disappearance of two of the mansion's staff, the lady in waiting and the butler.
Butler did it.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
They ran away.
They ran away.
Together.
The butler did.
They run away together.
The butler did.
Why?
The butler. No, I don't want to.
Sid.
They ran away together.
All right. So, do you have any other agenda that you wanted to sort of bring up to the burgomaster?
Let me check. But I'm just gonna check. But you can go.
All right. I'll go over to Banya.
All right.
Banya, you have made your way out, and then you sort of crept up into the sticks, the bundles of twigs. The door to the manor is open, and so you can hear the line outside speaking. A lot of them sort of complaining about foreigners just being able to come in and out and cut in line and stuff.
I roll my eyes.
But it seems that the servant that let you in is trying to pacify them, assuring them that the burgomaster will see them soon. On the other hand, you are close enough to the powder that you can hear them there as well. It does still seem to be that the burgomistress is just carrying on, and none of the other ladies are speaking.
They're just eating.
There's just really loud eating. They're just all eating cake.
From where I am, and considering I suppose the entire room is just full of people drinking tea, can I get a whiff of what the tea smells like? If it's the same thing as what the burgomaster.
Oh, that would be very difficult from your spot.
Alright.
But the stairs is right. It's right over there, right before you.
Alright.
It's laughter mixed with mother's milk.
Should mix it and save this drink later. All along the way, my nose is on overdrive. Can I just tell if there is any scent of the cloying sweetness that I am very familiar with?
You can go ahead and make a perception check again.
Advantage because I'm 40.
King senses.
Damn it.
King smell? You have king smell?
Yeah, that's a box. That's 11 plus 15.
Okay. Not that you can tell.
Alright. Good enough for me. I will just make my way to the stairs then.
Okay,
There's nothing impeding me.
Okay. You head to the stairs. You arrive in the upstairs gallery. The stairs climbs about 20 feet to a beautifully appointed gallery.
I'll hug the walls the whole time.
That continues towards the west, running almost the length of the mansion. Framed landscape paintings line the walls. Red silk drapes cover a 10-foot arched window of leaded glass. Directly behind you.
There is so there's one window behind me that's covered.
Yes,
That's curtained.
it's a significant window. It takes up possibly this entire thing right there, and it just allows you to look into Valaki because if you remember, it's sort of up on a hill. The manor is sort of up on a hill, so it allows you to see down into the rest of Valaki, leading back up to the rolling hills into Valaki Woods.
So what I'm imagining is I went up the stairs and then right in front, where would the window be?
So if you're coming up the stairs on your left, immediately window.
Window.
Looking out into
That's the
Valaki.
end of the corridor.
Yeah, and then right into the rest of the house.
Alright. Haha. Left window, right into the house. So if I look out, if I peek into the corridor, is there anybody there?
No, doesn't seem to be.
Do I hear anybody? Is there
Yeah, you go ahead and make a perception.
Alright. Damn it.
Oh, no, it's okay.
8
I've been
plus
drinking.
12.
12, no. Not the chicken stomp.
Alright, I'll hug the wall and I'll make my way down the corridor.
You walk down the corridor and then it splits in two. One goes right and the corridor continues onwards, whereupon you can see that there's a second set of stairs that goes down.
Goes down.
And then at the end of the
There is
corridor,
no basement here.
It's the second floor.
at the end of the corridor, the stairs goes down, but the corridor also splits right again. So at this point, you have 1, 2, 3 avenues to go through. Besides back where you came, you can now turn right, or you can go straight, and then there's another split between the stairs and
God damn.
the corridor.
If I went to the top of the stairs that go down, can I hear anything?
Do you go over there?
Oh, I thought the intersection was all parang in the same.
No. You would have to walk down the remaining half of the house to reach the stairs and the second corridor.
To reach the stairs, I walked halfway in the house, and the corridor that veers off to the other side. Oh, there we go. Yes, please. Oh, in a bit.
Okay. So you've sort of walked up a set of stairs over here.
Right.
And then you can see that there's an open window. There is a window that looks down into Valaki over there.
Got it.
The corridor goes this way, and then suddenly it splits.
Got it.
And then walking down the remaining half of the house, you would find a second set of stairs that goes down here, and then the corridor splits again.
Got it. Alright, I'll just make my way over here since it's the first thing I'll go through and see what's down there. Down the corridor.
You see,
Sorry. Thank you.
all doors are closed, but there are 4 of them.
4 doors. All close together?
Not closed together, but they're all closed. So you see perhaps that there are one across from the other here, and then another set down there.
Good thing. If I put my ear to the... Is it carpeted?
Yes.
Damn it! Okay. But I'll try anyway because I have big ears. If I put my ear down to the carpet, can I hear if there's any sort of thumping or reverberation in that corridor? To see if there's any light within the rooms.
You can try one by one, but I don't think you'll hear anything if you just stand in that corridor.
Okay, fine. Because I want to be thorough, I'll go down the corridor and I'll try to sense for any activity behind any of the rooms.
Okay. Go ahead. And then point out which ones you're making.
First one, I'll go here.
Okay.
15 plus. Let me forget if there's a 4. 19.
19.
Keen hearing.
There's...
No, not here. Only
You don't
smell.
hear anything.
This door. Spec 6. I don't hear shit, I guess.
No, you don't hear anything.
I'll go to this one then. 12.
12. Even with that 12, you hear a muffled whimper.
Is that a dead end?
Yeah, that's it.
There's a window at this dead end.
No, there isn't.
The message.
Okay, one last thing. Can I run to the end of the corridor quietly? Bloody hell! I run to the end of the corridor. I'd like to see if there is any sign of anyone about to come out.
Okay. So before I go to that one,
Go.
did you have any?
I just asked, like, sir, would you be aware where? I mean, I understand you go in and out, and you have to walk around a lot. But this is your personal butler, or just one of the butlers?
My personal butler.
When did you last see him interact, and who did you last see him interact with?
He was last interacting with me. He was attending to my needs after we were cleaning up after the last festival last week.
Where did you send him off to after that?
I believe that he was to dispose of our remaining posters.
Oh, used to be doing that.
That's all over.
Well, not the remaining posters that we had not yet put up.
That's a lucky save.
Where does he usually go to dispose of these?
Yeah, same.
I'm not entirely sure. Perhaps you can speak with our cook. They were reasonably good friends, I understand.
So thick.
And the lady in waiting, I suppose that's
She personally attends
to your wife?
to my wife, yes. The two of them perhaps are the ones that leave the house the least because their duties mostly have to do with myself and my wife.
It's gonna sound a little strange. I asked, I'm just a bit curious, but there seems to be some small gathering in the parlor. Are these special guests or just friends of your wife?
My wife, Morning Lord, bless her soul, is aiding in my mission to bring happiness to Barovia. It's her charity to bring women of Valaki into the house to dine and to eat and converse with them to lift their spirits.
That seems like a lot of food, though. Where do you get all the pastries and the food?
Our cook has a variety of skills. He's perhaps not as skilled as these bakers that I keep hearing about, but for the meantime, he gets the job done. There is also a baker in Valaki, in the village, but I feel a little better about being able to patronize our own cook.
That's good,
I would like to ask the last whereabouts of the lady in waiting, but your wife seems to be currently busy. Would you know what time they usually finish their little party?
Well, they should be done in about an hour or so. If you wish to perhaps join them, or if you wish to sit in the den with me, I will not be opposed to them, or if you should be off. But I know my wife well enough. She loves to relive our younger days. She has a parlor of hers upstairs where she frequently tries on the gowns and wedding dress that she wore at the time of our marriage. The lady in waiting, it's primarily her duty to help my wife get dressed, and she spent a significant amount of time with her. But I noticed that she's not visited that particular parlor ever since the lady in waiting went missing.
Let's see. I understand that you want me to investigate the matter. However, the upstairs, as I'm aware of, is private sleeping quarters. With your permission, would you allow me to check out that parlor? But I understand if it's a little too private for you.
He says, "Go ahead."
I will use my free presence
Okay, good.
to charm him.
Nice.
It's a whiz save. Yeah.
What path did you get?
Archway. Each creature in a 10-foot cube originating from me must make a whiz save against my Warlock DC of 15. Yeah.
13. Okay, so he's charmed. You have advantage. He regards you in a friendly manner, and you have advantage in your persuasion check.
Can I guide this also?
Sure. Just for your breath.
Oh yeah, advantage.
Just a second.
Not 20. 22.
Nice.
22 plus persuasion. I am not, but 26.
36, okay. He says,
Persuasion. I am not.
it is very private up there. However, you have proven yourself trustworthy so far. I only pray that this trust will not be broken for a long time still, yes?
Of course. I will go strictly to that parlor.
Please, treat it as you would your own home. Do not... I ask at least that you not give my servants a little too much work in the cleaning during your investigation.
Of course, thank you,
I hope
sir.
you warn me before you go.
I don't know where you are.
You leave.
I take my leave. I say, thank you, sir. If your wife is still has the energy for some questions later, I will come back to her later.
You're gonna
And I make my way upstairs, and I'm just gonna leave for.
you can go ahead and take inspiration if you don't have it. And then, Banya, there is somebody coming up the stairs.
Okay.
Which is why I stopped there.
Alright, I'm going to press against the wall, and I'm going to wait until I hear the footsteps come close as possible, because minor illusion only lasts a minute. It's like
Bundle up your thing.
Yeah.
now I just spin in place and then like
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check.
But the tail is...
Yeah.
no, I hold my gun.
Oh.
Your tail wags anxiously.
Just so that I just pitch.
The guard would not have seen you, but then there is this tail.
Sayang! Now you do a nat 20. Okay.
Alright, yeah. Yeah, he's gone.
That would have been a 30, by the way.
Kalyan and Esbel,
Oh.
you're
Okay.
heading back, I suppose. You have all of
Octavio's stuff. And Irina's clothes. Irina's stuff as
That
well.
took you, let's say, that took you maybe about half an hour, just not doing much, aside from the breaking in and entering, and then getting narrow lace skating, and then pretending to come back into the tavern. It's my first time here. I wasn't going anywhere. That took you about 30-40 minutes, and you're on your way back outside now, heading to the
Church.
church.
Church was... Okay. Well, Irina's there. I mean, Ivanka.
You're on your way to the church when you spot half-orc mercenary Jelthra.
Oh, Jelthra. Would you like to see the church?
No, thank you. I have already been. But
Oh, okay. We didn't go with us. Okay.
I was on my way out.
Okay then, suit yourself.
he says,
Jelthra.
however, I've been successfully nailed down the whereabouts of these vampires.
Perhaps we should speak not out. in
Let's
the
go
open.
back.
Not in the sun.
Church.
I have nailed it down to about 2 or 3 houses, but I suspect that it was the same as it was previously all along. It belongs to the house of this, to my understanding, the Gravedigger's son.
I just gave them money.
Grave digger's son?
Oh, the Gravedigger.
Maybe they were so.
Where are we now?
Near close to the center, close to
Midway.
midway to the center of town. Just near from Blue Water.
Maybe.
I'm about to close the loop. I wish to be absolutely certain before we convene later this evening. I'm about to make a few investigations of my, a few inquiries of my own.
All right.
I love this guy.
I love this accent.
Uh, Oh, what do
Should
you
trade
think?
notes. How do you investigate?
Like fast.
All right. Which house? What are the other?
It will explain why those vampires that you spotted had been heading in the vicinity of the stockyard, because his house is located very closely.
It's on the way.
Yeah.
Shit.
An unfortunate coincidence, but allowed me to narrow my search.
What are the other houses? What are the other houses?
They're all a
You
cluster.
mentioned
They're all a cluster of these houses all together.
near the stockyard. All right.
But my greatest lead is specifically to that. These vampires, they are creatures of habit.
Prisoners.
They will revisit.
Guilty people.
Creatures of habit. Okay.
They will tend to revisit those that they've already come in, specifically because of their weakness against forbiddance.
I see.
They are
Oh, okay.
once they have entered a home, they can continue to enter it later on.
Have
I
you?
suspect that if Milivoj was privy to their existence, then they would already have already created a secondary base in his home.
What? Where would you be headed now?
To Milivoj's residence.
All right.
It is daytime; they should be dormant. It will be unlike in your investigation that
At night time.
that was an evening. We may have an advantage at this point.
Do you want to accompany him, or do you want to wait for?
What do you intend to do at the church? To wait for
Just basically that. Or unless you want to accompany.
what time is it?
I'm currently on my hobby. It's gonna take a while.
4:30.
I'm also at
4:30.
my hobby.
4:30. When you mentioned that they're dormant, they're just vulnerable.
They will be
and
sleeping and not active.
What do you plan to do when you see them? Exactly. How do you?
I have a number of rituals on my person.
Rituals?
I can begin to trap them in the house.
Trap them. How long would these rituals take?
Perhaps an hour or two.
I'll just talk to Estel privately, and I would say we could accompany him, perhaps, and then maybe just send a. Is there like a courier there?
Yeah,
Send like an envelope, a letter to the church where maybe Segi and Banya, addressed to Segi and Banya.
Yeah, maybe if they come up there. Sure, yeah, we can do that. All right, looks like we're going with you.
Yeah.
I guess we could take advantage of the daytime.
Yes, we will not have it for long, so time will be short.
Yes.
What time does the sun usually set here?
Yeah.
Or the sun,
The sun.
whatever it's
Afternoon, 7.
Shine.
Okay, we have around 2 hours, I guess. All right, shall we proceed then? We can go. How do you? I asked him. How do you plan to?
Yeah. What's the ritual that we're going to?
Yeah.
Yeah. While we're walking.
It might take. Oh
His
yes,
dad is-
walking and talking.
Yeah.
So he has to
I came equipped to deal with vampires specifically, so I have brought with me some circles that I can erect around the creature's dormant spot, their resting place, keeping them within the circle's reach for the duration.
How long?
Oh, okay.
They can be, I can activate them at will, but they will last only an hour. I will activate it at the time of the time of our incursion, and perhaps we can ensure that they will be in a specific spot that we can fight
Slay
them.
them.
Ah,
Okay.
okay.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Activate it at the time of our incursion.
Yes.
All right. How do you plan to approach this investigation? If we're going to the grave digger's house now, are we? Well, if it were up to me, I would just barge in. But
So you have a preference. I feel for these Barovians because they are victims as well. However, my primary priority is to ensure that the vampires do not escape.
True.
True.
If there is a means by which you wish to handle this, the dealing of the gravedigger's family, then I leave that up to you.
Are we authorized to?
Did you just say authorized?
Alien.
Who are you?
Yes, it's rubbing off on her.
I know.
Yeah, get in the law, man.
I actually
No, I
raised
mean, but did we like have a letter or something? Are we like allowed to?
Actually, I think it's with Segi.
Oh, it's with Segi.
Is it?
I
Is
think
It is
the
with
one
me,
who-
actually.
The burgomaster explicitly allowed you to go catch vampires.
But we're foreigners. I suppose people know.
Well, the letter might apply. It's like if they capture you, I'm like, I have a letter.
Yeah.
I'll say sure, Jelthrop. I think the priority is the safety of the Barovians, of the Baleaki people anyway. So we just barge in.
Did Kalian just want to go through?
True.
everything?
And besides, if they are,
No, that's just me as
Character
gay,
development,
not
man. Character
Italian.
development, right here.
if they are housing these, if they are housing these vampires, then whether they know or not, then that will be. I think the ultimate goal is indeed to just trap them.
Yeah, yeah.
Last we heard, the kid is in jail.
You are never
He's in the
supposed
stocks.
to play
He's in the
class.
stocks. The dream.
Milwaukee.
Milovod. So who? I forgot who visited him. Was it just Amy?
It was Segi by himself.
So we don't know.
Oh, he was already visited.
Segi visited their house and like gave them money like as a recompense because the kid's already in jail. So, but of course the mom's still mad. But then I don't think we
The
know.
father's-
When I go to
The
restaurant.
father is.
The father, Father Lucian wanted to send money send money to his home
Because the son got arrested.
The son got arrested and the father is sick, so he
He was
can't.
the breadwinner.
Yeah, he's a breadwinner, so he can't. So they don't have
And then
income.
the mom is. So the mom
Mom
and
is
the
taking care of
dad.
the dad.
Alright. And currently in the grave digger's house, it's the wife. That's she's in there.
The wife
The mom.
and
Yeah.
the mom and the
And
mom
then
and
the vampires are in
parents.
there.
both parents are in there.
Yeah, because the middle voice is like 18 or 18, only 18.
18.
Alright.
He's a
I
sister.
say, alright.
Like, it's huge.
He's Dean.
Yeah, we can
Or
head.
Ace.
It's grave dinner.
Oh, is he Dean or Ace?
No, it's probably dinner.
We can get.
Yeah,
we can
yeah.
head to. Either way, will come nightfall.
Russian.
Whether they know these vampires exist or not,
Yeah.
people will be in danger. So
Alright.
So you venture forth,
yes.
Yeah.
and
How many potions do you have right now?
I don't have potions, man.
Shit, man, your healer's not with you.
I don't have potions.
I can heal.
Wait, were we able to short rest?
Yes.
No, never
Lay your
mind.
hands on her.
I remember we short rested.
you short rested
Did
before
we?
you left.
Yeah.
Unless you used some ability when you were doing sneaking. Oh, you raged once.
Yeah, you rage. You did rage.
Okay, never
I
mind.
was so quick. I rage.
All right.
Okay, so I don't have insurance.
On your way forward, Von Richten does turn to you specifically and he says, I wish to apologize if I had come off a little strong in my attempt to extract some information from you before.
I just brought out when you were a little snoopy. But
I merely wish to find out your intentions before approaching you directly. I would have worked with you sooner if I had known.
true enough. Well, we're not really a trusting bunch, as we are foreigners. We're foreign land. But anyway, yeah. I'm just mumbling.
This land will do far more to you than encourage you to be suspicious.
I'd
And
say I'm sorry. I was a bit rough with you back there at the tavern as well.
That was pretty good.
it makes no matter. He progresses the rest of the way, seemingly having gotten that off his chest.
Okay. That's fine.
You arrive at Milivodge's residence.
Ah.
It is this run-down.
Okay. When we were talking,
Now-
can I ask a quick question? Well, before we arrived, I say, is it just me, or I have a strange question.
In this land, there is no such thing.
Indeed. I know the Barovians. Are they? They look. They don't look. They don't just look gloomy. Are they actually gray skinned? Is it just the lack of sun, or and then I compare. I mean,
Our colors.
yeah, the skin color. I gestured to Kalian. She looks healthy. What did the burgomaster look like? Was he gray?
Oh wait.
No.
No. What about the wolf hunters?
The wolf hunters, no.
What about the toy maker? No. But I've seen others milling around who are like literally gray. Yeah.
Well,
or like they look gray.
yeah, they look very, very pale.
Gray pale.
Yeah. Izek.
Izek is gray pale. I say the burgomaster, the toy maker, the Martikovs look
How about Shogi?
normal. Yeah, the kid.
Sorry,
Blinsky was ruddy, right?
you're right.
But I've seen some other
I like him.
Barovians
Sure
milling
it's
about
really-
work look really pallid, almost
he's my
sick.
son,
But I don't know if that is that
That does speak to something that some
And the-
supernatural essence in the
supernatural
essence in Barovia.
essence.
There are perhaps only
I'm gonna run that.
1 in 10 that display this vitality.
It's gonna be short.
It's quite observant of you.
I have been here for quite some time,
Yeah.
and I have determined that perhaps it may have something to do with their souls.
Okay.
What specifically about their souls?
Yeah.
Some Barovians appear to be more like shells.
Shells of just people with.
They lack life. They lack
Are these
Vitality.
souls? Is that
Vitality.
Okay.
I have spoken with a midwife up in Crest who had noticed the same thing, and so upon further investigation, her hypothesis appears to be true.
You say lack of life. Well, they're moving, they're doing things, but
They
are you
exist,
saying
yes.
they just exist from day to day?
Yes.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Not only this, they appear to be incapable of significant emotions other than fear and anger.
That's so sad.
Okay, that explains a lot of
The
things now.
midwife in Crest had informed me that when she had delivered that roughly 9 out of 10 babies that she had delivered would not cry on birth.
Would not crown word.
Oh my gosh, that's so creepy. Okay.
Supernatural. What is supernatural essence? Alright. Then what says about those people who are of normal skin or
It is my belief that they are born with souls, and those that appear to be gray in color are those without.
was the burgomaster's wife gray or colored?
She appeared to be no, cynical.
Oh, okay.
Make no mistake, they are still
Yeah, they're still alive, but
they are capable of reason and most other emotions, but they tend towards fear and anger.
Fear and anger, and just on a shallow level, maybe? Not really.
No, they are very much still capable of being driven insane.
Driven insane.
I mean, break enough windows, right?
And you could say that the way they act, it's more on a passive level, perhaps?
Perhaps they lack a certain fire,
fire.
which is what ultimately makes foreigners stand so
Stand
starkly against the backdrop of Barovia.
Okay, I thought it was just. I thought I was just saying things.
Good
I-
question.
I have many. I have several other hypotheses regarding this, but perhaps we can study it.
All right.
At a later date.
You should
Yes, please. I'd love to
Yeah.
Weird
hear
shit in
more
Barovia.
about it next time. Alright.
I was just looking at the art and
Yeah,
this is the
nice
art.
call.
Okay. All right. Wait.
Last.
Last. Father Lucian is also
okay.
colored. Okay. No, I don't know what to call them.
That's
Colored.
racist. No, I'm kidding.
Vibrant.
We should start segregating Balaki into
You can just say
grays and colors.
Ruddy. There you go.
Yeah.
When you give yourself a little bit of time to think about it, it reflects very, very easily in how they dress.
Dress.
Yeah.
Really?
The muted colors of Barovians are often accessorized with a splash of color Specifically, Irina wears a stark red
Yeah.
sash.
That's why Vistani is.
The Father Lucian is in red robes. So the symbol of
Martikovs are
the Martikovs are in blues and purples. The Burgomaster's official dress is also red. And
The Burgomasters are in red.
well, here, this is the Burgomaster here. This is in red.
Yeah.
Because red dye is cheap.
Very
blood.
good.
Okay. All right.
So you arrive at Milivoje's house,
Blue is called royal blue.
and he
I guess
says,
I'll ready my claim. You're gonna be.
"Who wishes to lead this inquiry? Is it you, or is it you, or shall I take the lead?"
Shit. I might just end up.
Come on,
Sure, I'll
charisma.
just take the lead.
Very well. The purpose of our visit is we wish to investigate the house.
Yes.
We will do so, however, by whatever means necessary, and I will follow your lead. If you wish to subdue the individuals inside, I will not protest.
Alright, can you give me a rundown who are inside the house again?
To my knowledge, it is only the two parents of Milivoj, one Cheslav and Olya.
Two parents,
Yeah, the parents of Cheslav and
Olya.
Cheslav and
Olya.
Olya. Okay.
And the age?
They are much older,
60s?
Oh.
perhaps about 50s.
Both 50s. Alright.
What is
Okay.
the life expectancy for Barovia?
Not very long.
With like wolves and this supernatural essence.
And who else?
Yes.
To my knowledge, this would be it.
So it's their little
It was only the three of them in this house, which is very small.
Okay. I say the kid did just get thrown in jail, so I'm already assuming the parents might not receive us well. So
Alright. What is the age of Milovich again?
He's like 18.
18, right?
Yeah, did we see him in person? No. Yeah, I just remember Father Lucian said he's like around 18.
Have you been to the house as well, or just?
No, I haven't seen him in person either.
What about you,
Where they can
Wondrick? Have you been to the house, or this is your first time as well?
I have been walking around the vicinity of this house, but I have not been inside of it. No.
Okay. Do the parents come out often or?
No, the father is bedridden.
Father is bedridden. Okay.
All right. I mean, if I were to
Why is he bedridden? Do you know?
He has some sort of disease. It has crippled his ability to walk.
Okay. Alright.
At least he won't make a run for it. I'm not there.
Alright.
how are we at the house?
Long distance.
How big? How tall is it? Is it 1 story, 2 stories?
It's 2 stories, but about half the size of the houses around it. So it's basically like that.
It's a flat and a
It's a huge
half.
box.
It's
Yeah.
like 2 stories?
2 stories.
What are the buildings around it?
There are several other residences directly beside it. You can see that they're sort of grouped in an alleyway because an alley passes through the back of these 3 houses, and so it unintentionally sort of groups these 3 houses together, which is probably why Von Richten narrowed it down to these 3 houses.
What is it? Where does the?
Basically, the main road is almost directly in front of them, and then an alleyway passes around the back of these 3
Okay,
houses.
so it's a cluster. Okay.
Alright.
So you suspect the vampires are in these 3 houses, or?
Yes, and I am with reasonable certainty, I believe it would be this house because they are creatures of habit, as I said before.
Well, I mean, fair enough. The grave digger would know about it. All right. Well,
How was Milovich
Milovoj.
arrested? Milovoj. How was
Milobor,
he
we didn't see.
arrest him?
Who arrested him? Do we know? Was it the captain himself?
Guards,
Oh, you weren't there.
We weren't there, right? We just heard about it.
you had the guards take him away.
If I were to assume, he might have been taken.
So he was
quite
taken
roughly.
away out of scene. Like none of the party members was there.
Yeah, we didn't see
I
it.
came
Oh my
in
God.
the aftermath. In the aftermath. They were so pissed.
They're so
Yeah, you took their
Yeah,
son away.
we didn't see it happen.
Oh my god, nobody was there to comfort the parent. Anyway,
To
alright.
To?
Comfort
Like the
parent.
comfort or explain to the
I did.
parents. Like damage control.
You even paid them money.
Ah, yeah, he went like
Ah.
after, like to talk.
Money? How? Oh, we weren't there. We weren't there when you gave money.
Was it you? No, Ivanka was. Irina was.
I think it was Irina.
I just threw money at their door.
Through money?
No,
No, like he tried to-
I tried to comfort them, but
How did they react when
Segi
you gave the
being-
money? How did they
Do
react?
you think that this
Pissed
will
off.
pay for my son?
Yeah, cause son money. Nice.
Binabayaran.
Segi being the charmer that he is.
Alright.
Yeah,
Okay.
but Irina tried to, what's the term? Tried to,
Soften the pain.
yeah, soften the
Alright.
blow.
Okay.
Kind
Trying
of.
to buy him.
But
Okay.
understandably, they're not
It's
happy.
actually
Yeah.
Oh, I forget. So the parents know about the vampire thing? Or just the
Yeah.
seeing?
What did what did you
Actually,
explain to the
I'm not
parents
sure
at
what
all?
was explained to them.
Oh,
As far as I know,
They got
they
it.
know that their son got arrested.
that's it. Alright.
Alright. Well, if we
Alright.
actually find vampires, then
Yeah. Alright.
alright.
Interesting. Okay, sure. That's fine.
Okay. You knock on the door?
Yeah, I knock on the door.
Okay. You knock on the door. You come up the stairs, Segi, into a couple of into a long hallway. See
Which one?
right up here, because that would be the stairs closest to you.
How many vampires were left alive?
As I climb up, I think to myself, in retrospect,
Three or four?
I didn't ask where exactly the parlor is.
What did you say? Sorry.
I'll say that.
I just think to myself, in retrospect, I never asked where exactly the
You
parlor
just said that you'd explore the top, the second floor.
I'll say that you asked because it would make sense.
Yeah.
So where
I'd be
was-
like, I did not think this through.
It's the kind of thing where the PCs are better than us in certain aspects, and that they thought ahead.
That's why they have all these stats, you
It's a
know.
very,
I
very
mean, I wouldn't have +3 count in real life.
I wish I were as smart as my parents.
Where do you go?
Where did he point at the parlor?
He said down the hall, to the right, second door on your left.
Oh, okay.
Here. So first door, second door.
Okay.
Oh, down the down.
You were here.
Yeah. Oh, what? It did not mean here.
No, you
didn't mean
there.
Down
Oh,
the
that's
down
the
the hall.
parlor.
This is down the hall.
I
Is this a dead end or?
That's another door.
Oh. Okay.
kind of
As I'm walking, I would like to use a lock slot to cast detect evil and good. It's a 60-foot thingy, so if I capture anything, Fey, Fiend, Undead, Elemental,
What's the
Celestial.
limit on the wall penetration?
Let me see.
10 minutes.
But it is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
Okay. So you extend your senses outwards, and it remains thankfully blank.
Just keep walking.
Yeah.
Unless there's a blind spot.
Yeah. So he walks by. At this point, I'll say that you hid somewhere over here, the minor illusion, because you were in this particular hallway.
Yeah.
You do see Segi walk past. You do not see him because he's
No.
like doesn't actually.
30.
It's like a 30 on
Yeah.
stealth check, man.
Yeah.
I'm
I just go.
just whistling to myself.
With 20.
I whistle.
So freaky.
Okay.
I just whistle.
Okay. Yeah. You hear a whistle.
I point my finger and I say, "Halt! Who goes there?"
Very intimidating.
Halt! I go up there. Halt! Who goes there?
Okay. Good. Lesson.
Neo. Or what's his
I drop my illusion and I'll just wag my tails like, you're hilarious.
I don't know who you are. No, I'm kidding.
Was that the bardic inspiration? No.
Kidding. I'll say yes. I'll say.
I guess, I mean, throughout that conversation, that would have been more than 10 minutes
go.
now, right? So,
Bard.
work that
Get
out.
one these things.
Do I have to touch you to cast bardic inspiration?
No.
No, I just need to hear you.
Alright.
Within 60 feet. Okay.
Nice.
I say, I just keep my message and not say anything. I'm gonna go down the hall to find another parlor.
I found something here. Something is wrong behind that door. And I pointed my tail.
I point at that door specifically and cast a message, and I ask. But I cast resistance on myself. Oh wait, no. Oh yeah.
It's not
Because
concentration.
nothing pinged on me, right? So the resistance is concentration.
Resistance is concentration.
It's like guidance.
No messages now.
But message is not.
I cast message and I ask. A friend heard you I heard you whimpering. Is everything okay?
You hear an older man
Damn it.
I know.
speak.
Damn it, Bernelli, what are you doing here?
He says,
He's not.
where's it is? In my head. Have I gone insane?
No, you have not gone insane. I am an investigator hired by the burgomaster.
No, please. I have not done anything.
I would like to
But-
sniff under the
Okay,
under the door.
What is that?
innocent,
You see her.
innocent until proven guilty. That's fine. Why are you locked in? Are you bound and gagged, or are you hiding?
He says, I am chained.
Chain.
Like-
What is your function here in the manor?
Prisoner.
Okay.
Oh,
Why
okay.
were you imprisoned, and who imprisoned you?
He says, all I did was point out everything that everyone else was thinking, and yet the burgomaster put me in here.
An honest man.
Pointed out
That's
what?
his sin.
He says,
This is the pressing a ship.
At the last festival, I spoke out against the burgomaster.
Oh, you brave man.
Brave man. Not all
I've been
heroes
here ever
wear
since.
capes. What did he say?
What exactly did you say?
He had the wolf's head jamboree. I proposed that
What's head jumping?
that it would be more useful to feed the burgomaster to the wolves than it would be to have festivals every week.
Sir, you sort of asked for it.
Everyone was thinking of it. Every member of the village that I know knows that these festivals do nothing.
Yes, but
You don't do that to the man cover.
your first mistake was doing this in public. Your second mistake was doing this against a man who has all the power and ability to put you in chains. You're lucky he didn't. You're lucky he's not gonna burn you at the stake tomorrow. Oh man, you are going to be burned at the stake tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just a few of that's true.
But so you're saying that everyone here wants the burgomaster fed to the wolves.
I thought they would rally behind me, but they did not. So I do not know anymore.
But before that, that was the general sentiment.
I thought that was how everyone felt.
Oh, you naive bastard.
Please, if you have any water, I have not been given any today.
Hmm. I am.
Or perhaps you're just a figment of my imagination. Again.
This is not the first time someone's spoken in your head
This is the longest conversation I've had.
with a voice in your head.
Yes.
What? It's gonna sound weird, but what did the other voices tell you?
It's mostly my mother.
Judging you for your terrible decisions.
Perhaps getting, I guess, something like that.
I mean, my father's voices would do that to me also. I'm
At
sure.
this point, I'm just.
Wouldn't your father also be my father? Wait. Are you me?
Are you God?
I am not you.
No.
I don't even.
Good for you.
Well, what can you see in that room?
Nothing. It's dark.
I see. Right. But you know you're chained up.
Yes.
Both
Oh my
all
God.
all
Do I
limbs.
smell-
From inside, you can hear a clink. I see.
Don't make
rattles
noise.
chains.
Don't make noise because you're gonna attract the guards and they might just put you as a display for tomorrow's festival,
Oh my God,
which
do I
neither of
smell-
us really want.
There's no 1 week's worth of unwashed man.
Are you alone there?
As far as I know.
Okay. And how were you dragged here? With a sack over your head? Or
No, by the guard, by Isaac.
Izek himself.
Exactly.
Of course.
Okay. Was he under orders, or was it just for his own personal entertainment?
No, of course the burgomaster had me arrested.
Yeah, right, because it was public, and you spoke out, and you wanted to spark a revolution, but you know what? I'm not gonna talk about this.
That's future Callion.
Oh,
Future Callion in this room. Okay.
You want me to lock? You want me to break into the room?
Just change.
or-
yeah.
I'm just saying. Well, this voice in your head is gonna go now.
Oh, okay.
Try not to make too much noise, because you don't want the other voices to come in. Okay.
That's so
It doesn't make any sense, but nothing ever has anymore anyway.
Okay.
Goodbye, voice.
Goodbye.
So you walk away?
You just walk away?
I rest by the wall here.
Okay.
Just contemplating or pretending to contemplate as I message Banya. It's good news and bad news.
Bad news.
Actually, I don't have good news. The bad news is that is not the girl we are looking for.
Shit.
The other bad news is he is another prison. He was imprisoned here. Actually, kind of legally prisoned here. Now that I think about it.
Also,
He spoke out publicly against a public figure and therefore was sent in chains. I'm surprised he didn't get put to the stocks, but maybe they ran out of stocks. I mean, they're lacking in labor, so maybe stocks are also in short supply. I don't know.
did you get his name?
I didn't want to ask because he thought I was a voice in his head, and I didn't want to ruin the illusion.
Well, that was cute.
But the thing is, if we free him, we run the risk of breaking whatever progress we've made here. I actually have access to one of the rooms, which is a parlor. And
Why?
more people are. It's my hobby. More people.
Breaking into people's parlors, too.
With permission, I'm not breaking in. I have a letter to prove it. But it's an investigation. It's an ongoing investigation just to get me up here.
Alright.
So that is where we're at currently. I would like to free this man, but
Say the word.
Oh,
Is this one of the things we're not supposed to talk about? In the open.
he will likely ruin our plans. I feel like we can just give him some bit of comfort for him to last the rest of the day or the rest of the night.
Define comfort.
Water.
Oh, I was thinking more lockpick in his hands, but okay.
But that's just gonna make him leave, and then who is gonna be the main suspect for freeing the prisoner? Obviously, the guy who was authorized to be here, which is me.
Alright, that's true. Maybe I can figure something out. I'm pretty sure. But you're saying that you have access to investigate this entire floor?
No, just this one room.
Oh, come on, you could. Anyway, fine. That's good enough for you, okay?
I mean, I could certainly make up an excuse as to why I would look into the other rooms. But the problem with that is, we are really cutting it close with the trust of the burgomaster.
Alright, I'm kind of enjoying working with the permission anyway. It's not.
Well, technically, you don't have permission, but
Oh, that's. Define permission. Oh, but anyway.
you have a letter of
have water on
authorization.
you?
Huh?
Do you have water on you?
I have a water skin. Yeah,
Alright, do you mind if I use yours?
I do. Kind of. Fine.
I will use an action to ban you up.
Yeah, he appears in the hole.
And actually, I'm just gonna walk. While I'm walking, I just go back up on two legs, and then I'm gonna peek by the corridor. So,
Oh, okay.
so.
Yeah. I take out my water skin and I say,
I give you a salute, and then I'll take the skin.
try not to get recognized because he doesn't make good decisions.
Ooh.
So if suddenly he was interrogated and then he knows how you look like,
He might fly.
he might give he might give some information that we don't want to be divulged because it is an ongoing investigation and we cannot jump to conclusions like that, right?
Right.
Right.
If you can get the doll to give him the bottle skin. Nah, just kidding.
I'm just saying I don't want him to die, but we have other priorities.
Don't
here.
worry about it. Don't worry about it. I will try to pick. Oh, is the room locked?
Room's locked.
I will pick it open.
Good.
Okay, that is.
At this point, I just give you one last message. I'm trusting you with this.
Yeah.
And then
No,
I
don't worry.
proceed on to the parlor so that if he gets caught, I am not there.
Oh, before you go, I'm going to say. So where's this parlor you're talking about? So that I know where you are.
I know you can come find me just down the hall.
Alright. I will now roll for these tools.
Keeps those dexterity.
Dexterity. Just that dexterity plus proficiency? Is that right?
Well, if you're proficient in
Yeah.
team skills.
Oh, yeah.
Are you
You
double
have
proficiency?
expertise?
I do.
You have expertise in
Not
these tools?
expertise in thieves tools. Just
No.
not in.
Okay. So yeah, just proficiency.
Just plus 7.
Alright. 11.
Plus?
Here,
Oh.
11 total?
Yeah, I wish you guided me.
Okay. So you go in, begin to sort of pick at the lock, and no, you seem to have made a little bit of a mistake, and now the pick is jammed in the wrong tumbler, so you have to bring it back up, and soon enough you can hear a muffled voice from within. He's like, "Who's there? Hello?" And you hear chains jangle from inside.
Told him not to make noise.
Hello?
Yeah.
Water, please!
What I tell you about bad decision making about this guy?
The door remains closed.
I'm sorry?
The door remains closed.
It's like, but can I at least take my picks back? Does that mean I can try again?
No. Certainly
I-
there's a key. Certainly there's a keyhole, so there would be a key to this place.
I will just, no, I won't say a word. I'll just turn back into a fox and pad away silently.
My water's good.
Oh, don't worry, it's still on me.
Okay.
I use that to drink water.
You follow?
I will follow Siggy.
Okay. So you,
The scent of righteousness and red tape.
on your, at the hall that you've come to, you can see 3 doors.
Red tape. Righteous.
1, 2, 3. The second one should be
That's the
the
parlor.
room in question.
I would like to still do the same thing I did with the other doors to these 2 doors.
No, this is where I'm going.
Yeah.
So you might,
Oh, you're going here?
Yeah.
Alright,
I have authority to go here.
Alright, I would like to listen and sniff for anything suspicious in the first door and the door at the end.
If I see you, I take back my water skin.
Oh no, it's his fox form.
Oh, okay, I'll just go back. Oh, okay. It's like Frankie the Pug.
Yeah. Right. So you enter freely. The door is not locked to the parlor. Yeah. This room smells of powder and fine perfume. A vanity mirror stands against the wall next to the faceless wooden mannequin wearing a white bridal gown. Mounted on another wall is a full-length mirror with a gilded frame. A door in one corner leads to a garderobe. So inside of this room actually are aside from the door that you just came in,
There's another room.
3 more doors. So actually,
So it's a big room.
yes, it's a very big room. Let's say that, I mean, obviously this is not scale, but let's say that's the room. You have a door going this way, and then 2 doors on this side.
Okay. This is gonna sound really weird, and I hope nothing happens. But I'm gonna try and cast a message on the mannequin.
Oh.
You are a dear.
You cast.
This is where.
What do you say?
This is your opportunity to creep me out right now.
Thankfully, nothing replies.
I wish I had seen that.
Okay.
One of the first time I actually.
Just casting message on random.
I'm fine.
Okay, you can go ahead and make a perception check on the other rooms if you
I
want.
would like to check first in this room.
First door on the left.
Good.
Ooh, wow. 20. So that's a 24.
Nice.
And then I hear nothing.
You hear. You go all the way up to the base of the door.
Yeah.
Okay. You hear nothing, but you do smell perfumes, soaps.
Someone's taking a bath in there or something.
Oh, there's no
Sloshing.
running. There's no sloshing. There's no running water. It's
Okay, since I see that this door opens, I'm just gonna walk up there and gonna call out, Kamen Rider! Kamen Rider!
yeah, he's right there.
You can talk.
He's like,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's freaky, right?
That's stop doing
don't do that.
that.
By the way,
I did the same thing in my brother's campaign. He's got like
Yeah.
these familiars that are just animals that speak. I commanded them not to talk. So I was like, don't do that. It's freaky.
by the way,
I cast message and not look at you. Yeah, go ahead.
Is that a door I see on the other side?
There are 3 doors here, which I am authorized to enter.
Alright, because the other one smells like soap, so I think it's a bathroom. Don't worry, I don't think there's anybody in there. If there is, you can tell me about it. Okay, let me know what's in those other 2 rooms. I'm going to try to check the one at the end of the corridor.
Alright.
I'm gonna walk up to you and boop you with my nose. It's like, I don't know, I was gonna go walk up to you and then I'm gonna like, so take care. And I'm gonna cast Bardic Inspiration because it's
Fine, jeez. So 1 of 3 uses for this one's per day. This replenishes on the long rest.
right. How many do we have total?
3.
3.
Great.
Your
Charisma
charisma
base.
mod.
Oh, got it.
Okay, so for 10 minutes,
Who's going first? What are you going to do?
you go first.
I would like to investigate.
Or maybe they can.
And it's fine, either way.
All you're doing is like a perception check? Copy it. Go ahead. Go ahead and
I
make a
guess when you bardic me, I guided you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Before.
Yeah, cooperation and shit.
Oh no!
Shit!
What, one?
You're the one.
I rolled a 2, he rolled a 1.
Oh, the guidance.
So 3 plus 4 is 7.
Quiet.
I can't hear a thing! Oh, can I try sniffing under the door?
I'll say I rolled it in with the same perception check. Doesn't seem nothing out of the ordinary. Smells like the rest of the house.
But there is no stairs coming up from here.
I mean, there's stairs you pass over there.
Oh no, but it goes down.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, we're right here. This might not be the scale, so I wouldn't assume that it connects to this room.
It
might.
could possibly.
It's possible.
Close enough.
So, if I were to think on the layout of this place, other than Chain Gang's room, these other rooms might be the rooms of the residents.
Correct.
Let's see. So, and Victor might not be around, or might be around. Maybe when I turn around, he's right there with a knife on the cup.
What are you investigating first in this room?
Crazy
Before I move on.
teenager.
Oh, which door?
I'm gonna look around first. I'm not gonna touch anything.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll just take out my my short sword, which is sheathed, just to poke around without touching anything. Just go in between.
Oh my god, please!
Poke up the ceiling if I could reach it. Poke the floorboard, see if there's anything hollow.
Okay.
Oh, is
Okay.
that door locked by the way?
You're in fox form.
I would like to again
Okay.
and silently try to turn it silently.
Okay.
Break open door.
It is not locked. No.
Which door is that in the...
The end of the hall.
All right. You go ahead and make an investigation check. Are you looking for anything specifically?
I'm looking for anything out of the ordinary, like because if I'm seeing clothes, maybe there might be like signs of struggle or signs of displacement.
All right. Yeah.
I'm also checking for anything hollow in the floorboards and ceilings, maybe even the walls.
Okay.
There's my blind man still with my short sword.
You don't have a robe.
I'm gonna roll my investigation. Let's go metal on metal. Let's use you. With guidance. Investigation, yeah?
Yeah.
12 plus 1, 13 plus
17.
Okay. You're looking about, specifically trying to find things that are out of place, out of the ordinary. The room doesn't look like it's been used in a while, but it seems pretty clean, indicating that they seem to come in and wipe everything off
Regularly.
at a regular time.
Right, okay.
You're sort of tapping on occasion, tapping floorboards whenever you can reach it. Perhaps you step on a stool, you hit the ceiling. The ceiling and the floor sound about the same. There doesn't seem to be any specific hollow ones. You haven't opened any doors, right?
Nothing.
Not yet. As you are sort of bent over, tapping floorboards wherever you can.
This is how it works.
Just out of the corner of your eye, you see the mirror, and there is a figure just sort of looking over your shoulder.
Holy shit!
I act as if I'm not. I act as if I don't register.
Him?
But from that glimpse, what does the individual look like?
A darkly dressed man with very dark hair. Seems to be about 30-ish. He has his most significant feature, most likely, are his eyes, which are completely bloodshot and faintly glowing.
Faintly glowing.
He seems very loosely interested in what's going on.
He's just
you're
peeking
looking at.
over his shoulder.
Just sort of
Where?
looking over, standing over his shoulder. His shoulder's like bent over, just tapping, and then he's right over here, just looking. What are you looking at?
From the reflection.
From the reflection.
Is he bigger than Shuri?
It's about Shuri's
Saying,
size.
man.
Yeah. And he just appeared.
We will stop. We'll move to the other one right there.
Right.
Since that seems
Oh
perfect.
my god.
And, we
We go
go to
to where you roll initiative, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You can do it, man.
you are in front of the door. Nobody else-
I'll use healing hands on myself.
Lay your hands on yourself.
Yeah. 59 plus 6. I'm back to max. Okay. Correct? I'll do that before. And then I guess we knock on the door. Or
I'll try to hide my shield, my sword, my javelin, maybe behind a cloak, and remove my gauntlets.
nice. Oh, are we going?
So weaponed up.
I look at Kalina. Oh, are we going for the more benevolent approach? Okay.
We'll try to talk to them first.
All right. Fair enough. I'll hide my glaive. I don't know how to hide it, but
You can put the pointy
there.
end down.
okay, I'll do that. It's a normal stick.
I say, Esvel, and Rondrick, let's try to let them understand the severity and how dangerous the situation is. Not
Indeed.
only for
Alright.
them, but also for Balyaki, where, where their family is residing. And
True.
hopefully they'll cooperate.
All right.
So yeah, knock at the door.
Okay. There's no answer at first. Then there is it perhaps takes about a few minutes before finally you hear footsteps, and then an eye slot opens up on the door, and behind it is an older woman. Well, at least the eyes of an older woman.
Okay.
And she says, "What do you want?"
I say, good day, may we speak with Lady Olia and Sir Chestnut?
There is no lady here, but I am Olia. What do you want?
Ma'am, I'm Kalian. This is Esbel. We may need to talk to you about a concern regarding the vicinity. Is it okay if we could talk?
No. My son has been taken away, and there is nothing worth living for in the world anymore. Go away.
I would say
I got the same Cajun for it.
if we could I say but Olia, if we could try to find a way to make this area maybe a safer place and try to find a solution, perhaps your son could be brought back to you.
Old claim, fucking.
There is a beat, a pause, and the eye slot opens slowly. What do you want? What can you possibly offer me?
I say,
You have high magics?
I'll say, nothing can be solved if you if we don't try to talk about this. There is a concern about vampires in this area. Is it fine if we talk about this face to face? And we would like to talk to you and Shaslam.
What do we have to do with vampires? Are you hunting them?
I would like to make an insight check while we're speaking.
What are you looking for?
When the vampires are mentioned, I'd like to see how she reacts. I'll say, I guess I'll help. I'll say, ma'am, they were last seen near the stockyard. We are, for the safety of, for you and everyone in this village, we hope to be very thorough in hunting them down. And I'll try to see how she reacts to.
Okay, go ahead and make an insight check.
+1. 8.
Similar to what you would suspect, there is a large amount of resentment and suspicion going on.
I say, the vampires, do you know anything about them? Have you seen any of them around here?
And yes, I'll wait for her.
What does that have to do with my son? Is that why you arrested my son? Or why they have arrested my son?
Was it explained that?
Oh, you weren't there when you weren't there when they got arrested. When the son got arrested.
None of us were.
Yeah.
You just had him arrested.
Alright. Maybe we are still clarifying who are actually involved in this problem, and it's just that his name also came up. But rest assured that he was, I believe he was captured, but I'm sure that your son is still safe.
Yes,
We just need to clarify and clean up this ordeal at the moment. Please, Alia, I'm trying to speak not in an authoritative tone, but as a member of like a villager. So sorry.
Okay. You can go ahead and make a persuasion check if you want.
A persuasion check. Okay. $13.
Okay. He says, and who are you? You're not Isaac, and you're not dressed as any of the guards.
I'll say, I'm as we introduced earlier, I am a Calien. We do try to work with Isaac's two guards to try to unravel the concern about the vampires. So that's why we're here for an investigation as well.
And you can bring back my son.
Yes, as long as we can talk properly about this. Is it okay if you open the door so we can talk face to face?
She closes the ice lock. You hear a bolt being moved from the door, and then the door opens. You are hit in the face with a wall of stench, human stench. So obviously they have not left the house in a very long time.
Like old people's stench.
Sickness. It smells of sickness. There is a chamber pot near the bed. It is a single room studio. This entire thing appears to be just the entire place.
Okay.
They don't have different rooms to divide. There's a bed in the corner.
It's
and
just
then
one room.
Just one room, and then there's sort of a makeshift dining table beside a fireplace that seems to be burning at a very low.
How big is it?
It is only about 30 by 30.
Do we see stairs going up or anything?
You do see stairs going up.
Up and down?
Yeah. Well, no, only up.
Up, okay.
Yeah.
So
Stairs going up.
I won't be unfettered with the stench. I say, you have a lovely home, and it reminds me of my home as well.
Smells of peace and fuck.
Okay.
I
She
think, yeah. Actually, I'm not convinced. Yep, Stormgate.
Yeah.
Okay.
she sneers a little bit, not sure what to make of that, so she lets you through. You can
Thank
see
you.
that there
I just
is
thank
a
you.
figure in the bed, an older man as well, just sleeping. His breath is a little labored, and you can see that his lower extremities appear to be gangrenous.
Is what?
Okay.
His lower extremes appear to be gangrenous.
God.
As well could like amputate it.
Yep, get rid of a gangrene. No time.
The room is basically bare. There are clothes that appear to be drying by the fire. Other than that, there is what should function as a clothing or hat cabinet right next to the door. There is a set of stairs that goes up at the very back of the room. There are windows, but they're mostly all shut together with their shutters as well.
How are they like shut? Like there are no like
Bars over it.
nails
No.
or anything. Just
No, it seems that they are double shutters. One is just the glass panes, and then a second one with wooden
wood.
shutters.
Okay.
And both of those right now.
All right.
So it's very dark and stingy.
Oh, 33.
It seems that it's been allowed to sort of fester.
How's the color of their skin?
Yeah. Are they green?
Ah.
The
Now everyone's devoted.
the mother appears to be sort of gray.
The father.
The
Or
father
is
is very difficult to tell because
is
he's
he
actually
sick?
sick.
Okay, so I guess I'll ask. In the when did the vampire hit? Was that just yesterday? The vampires?
When did you
Last
fight
night?
the vampires?
We fought the vampires, but them being in Balaki, that's
No. I mean, yeah. When did we fight them?
2 days ago.
2 days
Was
ago.
it 2 days ago
It was
or
midnight.
yesterday?
It was midnight. Technically midnight yesterday.
Okay.
Yesterday.
I think.
I think it
I
might have been 2 days.
2 days because we long rested and
Yeah, you long rested twice now.
We read long rested twice. That's
you
what
broke
happened.
several windows. Yeah, I remember.
2 long rests ago.
okay. I asked 2 nights ago. Perhaps do you hear anything strange at night? Do many people pass here? It's a main road. Have you heard anything out of the ordinary?
Strange activities.
We should guide you.
She stops to think about it for a while. She says, there is a foreigner that visits the stockyard often. I've seen his carriage shake, and on occasion when I've gone out for food, I can hear sometimes a growl.
I look at Jalthrak and
Jalthrak says that will no longer be a problem. He has left the village.
yeah, okay.
Who was it?
They asked if she's seen anything out of the ordinary. He mentions that a foreigner visits the stockyard.
And then there's a rattling
frequently,
cage.
and there's a rattling wagon there that growls.
Oh,
Seems to growl.
very strange. May we know if you've had guests? When did the
Have they let anyone in?
yeah exactly? Have you had guests aside from us? Has anyone physically entered your house? People.
Those guardsmen, when they took my son.
I don't think I've ever known this ever.
You can only
Were-
access this if you gain
were
Besides
there-
them, besides the guards, were there anyone else?
Did other people
Past
like
few
want
days.
to speak to you and ask to be let in, and perhaps even cordially, aside from us and the guards and
During the time when your son was here.
when
He
your son
says-
was here?
He
Your
says,
son.
no. Why would anyone visit us? We are nothing to them.
It's probably the son of. And it seems like they never leave.
Well,
Did
the-
Jalthrak say, or Jalthrak said they rarely leave home?
Hmm.
Because the father said.
You had an actual deal with it.
I was it clarified? What is that rule again for the vampires that they can enter?
Forbidden.
The forbiddance.
They have to ask for permission to come in.
it's not just doors. It can happen like in windows.
Windows, I guess so.
It can,
As long as it's a residence.
as long as it's a residence.
Yeah, and they don't have to pass through the doors either.
Yeah, I look up at the, I guess I look up at the ceiling or like at the second floor. To be honest, share a look with Kalyan.
Yeah.
Since was she telling the truth?
Go ahead and make an insight check.
At this point, no idea.
And how long did it take? How long did it take
12.
to retrieve? How long
12.
has Paki been in there?
Or are you going to make an insight check now?
Oh yeah, sure.
Tell me what else you're going to insight check.
13.
Have you seen how powerful that is?
Oh, Jalsa.
Jalzar. It seems she just seems very resentful and towards everything that sort of happened, but you can't necessarily get a read on her. But when you look in Jalzar's direction, he has sort of this look of consternation, and then if you shoot him a look, he just goes.
How much?
What she said. Oh,
Okay. All right.
okay.
Okay. Leah, is there a reason why the windows are closed?
She says, my husband is sensitive to the light.
Sensitive to the light. I see. Can I insight check that if
Yeah.
it's really
Go
the
ahead.
husband?
Yeah.
Does he burst into flames?
I want to check.
Oh my god.
20!
Nice!
8.
Unnatural.
Unnatural 20.
Natural thing?
Unnatural. Total
Modified.
20.
No, that's a lie.
That's a lie? I look at
You
the
motherfucker.
I look at the two of them and then also
Roll the dictionary, motherfuckers.
I also slightly shake my head.
Oh no.
She said the husband is sensitive to light.
You asked her why she had
Yeah.
closed the shutters. She said that her husband is sensitive to the light.
Oh, it's probably not the husband.
Break a window.
Burst into flames in the light, motherfucker.
Break windows.
Justify this.
Come on, man. Okay, fine.
It is just different. Okay, I decided to break
Property
at least
damage,
one
man.
window. Okay.
One window per session.
Yeah.
Now it is, yeah.
I say, all right.
How big is this place?
30 by
30
30.
by 30.
30 by 30.
Shit,
With
man.
another floor.
Alright.
Well, it is light out,
Is it the 10th floor?
but it's going dark. This is
It's 4:30.
4:30.
I'll
Time limit.
I wanna run up the stairs so bad. Excuse me.
Who's gonna pee? Upstairs.
I'll just ask. So you have no idea if your son is really connected with the vampires?
Why would he be?
Why would he be? Yeah, can I insight check that?
Yeah, okay, sure.
Can I also?
20.
Then
Nice!
Joe-
Unnatural.
Oh,
20.
ooh, 20
He appears to
also.
be trying to misdirect you.
Jalsok must be like throbbing at the veins by now. You motherfuckers!
I cast Zone of Truth.
Oh shit! Why? That's a spite!
Okay, yeah.
I'll wait.
What's your wisdom save? What's your charisma save?
Do I see? It's always. Oh yeah, charisma
What's your
save.
charisma save? What's your save?
14.
That also affects you.
If I see her try to move or run
hit her?
away, I'll.
Smack her. Smack a
No, I'll
bitch.
just grapple her.
Okay, okay. That's a natural one though. So,
Okay.
what does your magic look like as it manifests?
As it manifests. It's going to be a course of lightning from her legs down to the floor, and then like it's a shimmer. The floor shimmers to red, just like a flash, and then that's it actually.
Okay, yeah. So as soon as the lights
It's a lie detector.
pass through the floor, sort of touching her legs, she jumps back. She says, "What have you done?"
All right. I say.
You can see Joffrey sort of nods his approval.
Nice.
Okay. I say. I'm just going to repeat the question. Are you aware that if your son is involved with the vampires?
She attempts. As she's about to speak, she's as if every time she opens her mouth to speak a sentence, it fills with cotton, and then her mouth just sort of seals shut. And then she seems to struggle with herself significantly. She's apparently very unfamiliar with the sort of magic that you've cast, and finally she goes, "Peace!
one of the windows, and then
And then she sort of, as she speaks, she sort of realizes what she's done, and she looks down at her hands, and they're shaking. And then her head rapidly goes to her husband on the bed, and then the husband on the bed stands. And then he goes to the door and he says, "That's enough of that." And he bolts the door closed.
The door? What door?
Did he have to pass through you or something?
No, you were speaking in the center of the room. And she sort of stood up.
where's the bed?
It's in the corner. It's in the corner,
Okay.
just as you came in.
Oh man.
Okay.
You were in there.
I just need to use the restroom right now, so we'll pause this here first, really quickly. and then-
Alright, it's time to actually break some windows.
What I tell you about rolling initiative, guys?
Alright, let's go.
No, man, but that's your second
I
level
do
smite.
wish Seigi and Banyo was here because I love to ask questions as well.
Aww.
You'll get no lies.